Destiny is my favorite franchise of all time. Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 are my favorite games of all time. And after seeing the news that Destiny 2 is going to stop receiving updates, to be honest with you, I didn't know quite how to feel. Part of me was sad to see the game I loved so much wither and just die. Another part of me was, in a weird way, kind of relieved because we finally had an answer on what the future of Destiny 2 was. But to say I didn't see this coming feels wrong. Because, I mean, deep down, I knew this was coming. I think everyone did. A little backstory on me. I have been playing Destiny since Destiny 1 Alpha, and I've continued playing Destiny all the way up until now. I wasn't here for the beginning of Destiny 2, as during that time I was in high school, and I had a lot of stuff going on with sports, friendships, relationships, just school in general. I just didn't have as much time during my high school days, so I kind of missed out on the early days of D2. But I eventually did get into Destiny 2, and yeah, it became my main game. Just like Destiny 1 was, it became my main game. And you know, I was there for the highest of highs. I was there for the Taken King. You know, I was there for Forsaken. I was there for Witch Queen. I was there for the Final Shape. But I've also been there for the lowest of lows. And the first one that comes to my mind is Edge of Fate. If you didn't know, I have a video on this channel. It was like the first kind of video that I had that kind of popped off for me, being a very small content creator trying to make it. It was the first one that popped off, and it was basically a review of Edge of Fate. And I really had some choice words for Edge of Fate. I really hated it. Did not like it at all. I think a lot of what Edge of Fate brought and took out and changed just really nuked the game, especially at a time when the game was in a fragile state, coming off the heels of essentially Destiny's endgame in the Final Shape. A lot of people were like, well, that's the story done. So they kind of lost interest, and Edge of Fate had to be that reason for people to stick around. And granted, when Edge of Fate launched, obviously not as many people there for the launch of Final Shape, but there was a decent chunk of people there. But it just missed. It just missed on so many things. Like, the only thing it kind of got right was the story was okay. I mean, pre-Edge of Fate, the Nine was something that really interested me because they were mysterious and I didn't know who they were. And then post Edge of Fate, I was just kind of like, oh, the Nine's okay, I guess. I mean, that story was okay. It wasn't bad. It was okay. The raid was cool. I still think the raid is pretty cool. But during the Edge of Fate cycle, I stopped playing Destiny 2, and I told myself Edge of Fate just isn't for me. They made a lot of mistakes. They made a lot of changes I do not agree with. And a lot of things I'm seeing online is people agree with how I'm viewing the game. So give Bungie time. They do this a lot where they make changes that kind of suck and then they come back and fix it. So I was waiting till Renegades, and Renegades dropped. I played Renegades quite a bit. You know, I got the lightsaber, all of its upgrades, solo flawless, the dungeon like I have every other dungeon in that game. I thought the campaign was okay. There were some parts of the campaign that kind of dragged on and got repetitive and boring, but that first mission and the last mission really stuck out to me as being memorable and fun, just fun to play. But Lawless Frontiers never really grabbed me. It was fine, but it wasn't something that I really enjoyed playing that much. And the lack of a new raid with a new expansion really kind of sucked. I know we got the dungeon, and the dungeon was really good, and it's a really cool dungeon, but after a little bit of time had passed, I stopped playing Renegades because I just didn't have that much replayability in my mind. I didn't think it did enough to really fix a lot of the issues Edge of Fate brought. You know, like the portal was still there, and I hate the damn portal. I hate it with a passion. I want to play Destiny. I don't want to surf on Hulu. I want to feel like I'm in outer space. I don't want to feel like I'm find my next show to watch. Armor archetypes was another thing I hated. I hate the restriction it put on your builds. You know, if you wanted to make a build that was just pure, the highest melee and the highest grenade, it was really annoying to do it because there wasn't an armor archetype for grenade and melee. And I didn't even mind the stat rework. I didn't mind how they changed the way armor stats work, but the fact that they restricted you in what kind of stats and spikes you could get on your armor really annoyed me. I also really did not care for the new tiering system when it came to loot. And when the tier system of loot came out and it was tied to your level and you had to grind the portal constantly to increase your level just to get high tier rewards. And at the time, when Edge of Fate came out, at the time, they were going to reset your level every few months, and you have to do it all over again to get back up to get tier 5s. I was just like, oh my gosh. And anyone who was there for Edge of Fate, when you were doing that power grind, it got tedious, especially once you got higher up in the ranks. And I never even experienced it because I burnt out around like 350. I'm still not even max level to this day. And I played the entirety of Edge of Fate. I grinded a lot of Edge of Fate for the day one raid experience. After that raid experience is when I kind of stopped playing. Then Renegades came out, played the entirety of Renegades, played a lot of Renegades activities, and I'm still not even 550 in that game. And that's with all the changes they made to make it easier. So even though they made it easier, it was still a really annoying process to get that high up. And after the final shape, riding that high, and I thought the ending of final shape was really, really good. Defeating the Witness in a really cool 12-player activity, getting that really, really sentimental cutscene with Cayde.
He sure shined bright back there, huh?
Cayde.
What comes from the light returns to the light. My gal Sundance told me that. She also said we're all connected. Guardians, ghosts, the Traveler. Now you tell the others this was my choice. My light. Nobody makes my fate but me. You're my favorite. Don't ever forget that.
You know, at the time, I was like, there's nothing that can pull me off this game. And Edge of Fate managed to do it. And Renegades did not pull me back. And I think a lot of people felt that same way. And so that feeling that Destiny used to give you turned into resentment pretty quickly. And the creative choices Tyson Green, the new director, brought in, just I did not agree with. I did not agree with his philosophy on how to do things. And they didn't revert and change things quick enough. They put themselves in this hole. And now we're seeing the repercussions of that. A long time ago, they said Curse of Osiris was the closest they've ever been to closing the doors. And we've been below Curse of Osiris's numbers for quite a while now. So it was only a matter of time. And leading up to this article, this blog post Bungie just put out where they are stopping all development on Destiny 2, I was actually working on a video. I was working on a script, and it was going to be titled I Quit Destiny 2, because obviously back then I didn't know they were going to stop production on Destiny 2, and I was assuming, like I think a lot of other people were assuming, that they were going to at least finish out the Fate saga. And so I was working on a video for when they dropped the next trailer for their next expansion, and I was gonna basically say I quit Destiny 2. I wasn't gonna buy the next expansion. I wasn't going to play it, and I was just gonna kind of be done with Destiny. And before I even had the chance, they shut the doors on me first. And reading that blog post, seeing the community that I've essentially grown up with, you know, how they reacted to everything, I kind of forgot the problems I've been having with Destiny 2. You know, seeing Datto, someone I'd watched all the way back since he started making content for Destiny, seeing him, you know, crying over this game basically being over, it really made me think of all the memories and friendships and just everything that I gotten from this game.
Oh, man.
Like, I remember being a kid coming home from school on Friday, and first thing I would do is I'd open a Datto YouTube video up and I'd see what Xur was selling, and I'd wait for him to say those blue rare quality sparrows.
Drives for upgrading those rare blue quality sparrows, plasma giving a blue contrail, drive and emerald coil for those rare blue quality sparrows. No heavy ammo synthesis, drive an emerald coil for those rare blue quality sparrows.
You know, I remember when I wasn't playing Destiny 1, I remember watching Mr. Fruit's Iron Banner bets. I remember watching his Dream Team videos and wanting to make videos like that when I got older.
In today's Dream Team, we're all actually here, so it's like a dream team, and we're back to do some more Iron Banana betting.
Come on, this is the week.
And even more modern Destiny 2, you know, every Thursday I go to Azzacross and wait for him to say another week, boys, another twab.
Another week, boys, and another twab. Another week, boys, and another twab. Another week, boys, and another twab.
You know, I watch Fallout for all his guides on the new raids and dungeons. I love watching Evan F. and all his content for raid races and breaking down the history of the day one raid and the contest it brings. You know, you can even flip it to the more fun side of Destiny content creators like Sweatcicle, G-Miners, Llama, and doing fun challenges and just showing a different way to play this game. Even going to guys like Mactix to see some new builds to try out and get inspiration to try to form some builds of my own. You know, and even on the flip side of that, when it comes to PvP, because I love PvP, watching guys like Frostbolt's Trials and seeing him spin the wheel and have to use different guns, or Grenader Jake taking anyone and everyone to the lighthouse with him, and Walla just to try to get some points on how to be better. Even complaining about Cacus and his videos being way too long, and I wish he would just get to the point, you know? And honestly, most importantly, watching guys like Crips, because everyone knows the most important part of Destiny is the fashion. So you got to make sure that fashion's on point, you know what I'm saying? And kind of just going down that memory lane and knowing that Destiny 2 is pretty much done, I was just kind of thankful that I was here for it. Now, the thought that is eating at me right now, and I think the reason that I'm feeling kind of despair or sadness, is we do not know if a Destiny 3 is being made, going to be made, or will ever be made. We just don't know. You know, Destiny 1 is my more favorite game of the two, if I'm being completely honest here. I love Destiny 1, and it might be just nostalgia, but I think Destiny 1 had a lot of things going right for it that Destiny 2 just doesn't. But I remember when Destiny 1 was ending, and back then we knew Destiny 2 was coming out. We knew it was right around the corner, so it wasn't the end. With this, though, we don't know if a Destiny 3 is actually happening, and knowing all the issues Bungie is dealing with regarding Sony and the 765 impairment loss regarding Marathon and its dwindling player base that has somehow dropped below Destiny 2. And, you know, seeing all these reports from guys like Jason Schreier saying that expect a lot of layoffs at Bungie after this June 9th update, and do not expect a Destiny 3 to be greenlit anytime soon, that hurts. That hurts, you know, knowing that Desert Perpetual might be the last new raid we ever get and might be the last day one I ever get to compete in again. Just sucks, man. It sucks. But I am going to be playing the June 9th update. I think them kind of removing the portal in a way, not totally, but kind of getting rid of the portal, bringing back the directory with an update is a massive W, in my opinion. Pantheon coming back with a lot of the old raid bosses that they kind of took out is also another W. I'm looking forward to competing in that. A lot of my friends who also stopped playing Destiny, we're all getting back on for Pantheon and gonna try to have one last hurrah with that. SRL coming back, like, holy shit, finally. Am I right? Like, anyone who was there for Destiny 1, SRL was fucking peak, bro. All right? I'm not, like, SRL was fucking peak, and the fact that it's coming back is gonna be so much fun. Like, if you stop playing Destiny 2, if you stop playing Destiny on a whole, just get the boys on for some SRL. You'll have a great time, trust me. But yeah, seeing them kind of do what they did with Destiny 1, just leaving the game in the best possible state they can for right now, makes me happy that we're gonna, as a Destiny community, which is by far and above my community. I love this community so much. I love the passion this community has. It's gonna be really fun to have one last big moment with everyone, and I'm really looking forward to that. And to kind of end this video, because I don't want it to be too much longer, I don't want to ramble forever, I just want to end it with saying thank you to Destiny for giving me a lot. You know, I met so many people through this game, people that I still play with to this day, that I call really good friends of mine. Like I said, those core memories that I've had all the way back from D1 to D2 has been something really special that I'll truly remember for a long time. I remember the first time I went flawless in Trials in D1. I remember the first time I soloed Skolas and Crota in D1. I remember the first time I did a raid in D1 in Vault of Glass and I got Chatterite and I never took it off. I remember the very first raid I got, the very first day one, I got completed with my friends, and just that exhilaration of doing that with the guys I've been playing with the most, and all of us just having that sigh of relief after getting a day one raid done in D2 on contest mode was truly something special. You know, farming GMs over and over and over again until you finally get that God roll Hung Jury, until you finally got that God roll Slammer with Chill Clip Eager Edge, until you finally just got the guns you wanted, that seemingly never-ending grind of getting all the weapons you've ever wanted, all the exotics, collecting everything, getting all those seals and titles in D2 was awesome. And one of my favorite things to do in Destiny 2 is solo flawlessing every dungeon, which I've done, and very proud of that. You know, low manning raids, really testing your skills, you know, soloing GMs, hitting rank 11 every single season from when it was introduced all the way up until Edge of Fate, going flawless every weekend that I can in Trials, because that was always really fun for me before they changed it to being a participation trophy, obviously, before when it was actually a challenge. Finally learning how to shatter skate and also learning how to well skate for the first time was awesome, and being able to well skate across the ship part of King's Fall was just a really cool moment. It's just, you know, Destiny's a really special game, and I'm very thankful that I was here for most of it and I was able to play most of it alongside all of you. And if this really is it, if this is the end of anything new when it comes to Destiny, you know, I'm really gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss all the silly fun memories I have with my friends. I'm really gonna miss running around aimlessly in the tower, having tower talks with my friends just for hours, just chilling in orbit, trying to decide what to do with everyone I knew, doing weekly raids with clanmates. You know, I'm really gonna miss this game.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
But anyways, that's going to do it for me, guys. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. And if you're a longtime veteran of Destiny, either Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, leave it down in the comments. I want to know your stories on stuff that you love about this game. I want to know how you're feeling about kind of the end of Destiny and maybe even the end of Destiny on an IP level. But let me know all those stories, all those memories you've made along the way. Anything you post on there, I will be reading all of it, and I will try to respond to most of it. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.